Oops. Make sure I turn this down. All right. Hey, hey.
I got two B's.
Hey.
Huh?
I'm live, so give me a little time, okay? All right. How's everybody today? Glad to have you here. What we're doing here is momentary with St. Louis, from St. Louis, Missouri. But I'm in Illinois right now. Had eye surgery, and I'm kind of tracking Illinois. But I have the information from Missouri. So if anything you want to ask me about Missouri, just put it in the comments and or send me an email. But I've been tracking Illinois. I went back a whole year and got their data and been running their numbers. So and it's kind of lining up. Um, we had the 228 to come in Wednesday yesterday. I mean, yeah, Wednesday. Let's see. No, my eyes. The 228 came in, and then the 006 followed it on the 10th, off the same line. And with PICK-3 at a glance, I take 22 numbers, do the one rundown on those 22 numbers, which make a 22 column to give you all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. Okay, so with that 22 numbers, you can track all your 1,000 numbers, and we use the law of average to figure out what numbers are coming because we lessen the pools of the numbers that we have to play. And that eliminates the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, the root sums, uh, multiple different rundowns that you have to use to try to find out what winning number might be coming the next day. There's no strategy. Now, hear me again. There's no strategy out there that's going to tell you what number is coming the next day. The best thing you can do is use the law of average to your advantage and track down the numbers and see how the numbers are falling. And as they line up, you can track them. And you'll always know with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy why you plan your numbers, because you have a system that allows you to track all 1,000 numbers at a glance. And I have 4 simple strategies that you can use, and you'll always know what's going on with all 1,000 numbers. And it's about a 10 minutes of work that you'll have to do, and you'll be able to track the numbers each day. Okay, so I'm going to get started here with the, if you can see, I hope you can see here. Let's see. Here's the 600 that came in on the 10th. The day, yeah, day is 11th. Okay, so you mark that. If you got a calendar, you this here I kind of put together a sheet together as I was making the sheets. I put this sheet together about 30 years ago, and I've been using it. It's been real useful. But all you really need is a calendar, and you can write, the date, the numbers the winning numbers as they come in. This is an Illinois evening draw. I specialize in doing evening draws for Illinois now, but I suggest when you're doing the PICK-3 at a glance, learning the strategy, only take either midday if you like doing morning, you play mornings, or take evenings until you get it down and start learning how to track the numbers properly. Like I say, these numbers are not going anywhere. Don't rush yourself. Time is on your favor. Stop burning up all your money trying to hit these numbers the next day and don't have no idea why you plan a number. I don't even play my birthday unless I see uh, uh, a reason for playing my birthday. And right now in Illinois, this evening on Evening Draw, I am playing my birthday because when I track back, my birthday didn't fall all last year on evenings in Illinois. So I do play my birthday 927. That's how you track the numbers and know what's going on with the numbers. Okay? So my birthday is in play. I'm kind of making it a daily play now for Illinois. And I also know I might be going, like I say, this is stuff you're going to know from tracking the actual numbers. You're not going to know this from these tic-tac-toe date sums, root sums, and trying to hit the numbers the next day. I also know that the 7-9 front pair didn't fall all last year. Okay? I also know that the 9-7 back pair didn't fall all last year. So that gives me a hint to play my birthday. Also, I'm playing my birthday as 927. Okay? Now, if you can follow me if you've been around a while. If you're not, you'll get it because it's really simple when I explain my strategy. I will play my birthday as 927, but I'm going to also play it, since I know the 7-9 didn't fall on the front, I'm going to also play it as 792. And I'm going to also play it, since I know the 9-7 didn't fall on the back, let me write it down. I'm kind of going ahead so y'all have my system work so y'all can get in my head to see what's going on. Okay? Okay, like I'm saying, my birthday did not fall all last year evenings in Illinois because I went back a whole year. You won't have to go back a whole year in data. It'll take you a little time, but it's going to be well worth it so you'll know where your numbers are falling in your state. My birthday is 927. It didn't fall at all last year. Me tracking the front pair and back pairs from Illinois all last year, I know that the 7-9 didn't fall on the front, if you can play front pair, back pair. And the 9-7 didn't fall on the back. So here's my birthday. I'm going to play it every day because I know it didn't fall last year. Okay. I'm going to also play my birthday, since it didn't fall on front, I'm going to play it at 792 50 cents straight. And I'm going to play it as, like I said, back. I'm going to play it as 297. See, this is what I mean not spending a whole lot of money. I know I can play these 50 cents. So in Illinois, that'll be $250 if it come this way, either one of these ways. $250 for 50 cents, which is $1. And then the straight box here, I'll catch it 300. Is it 300? I think it's $200 for Illinois, and then 50 cents on the box. So it'd be $250 here. Yeah, because Illinois is 500, right? Yeah, Illinois is 500. So I think, what is it for the box on Illinois? I don't remember yet. Yes, I do. Was it $40? But anyway, just get the gist of the payout on it when it comes in. I know that Illinois is 500, I think, on a dollar bet. So that's 250 and 250. That's 500. So in the box must be $50, I guess. But anyway, if you get the gist of what I'm doing here. But you put your work in, but it's going to be well worth it. So you got an idea. I always know why I'm playing my numbers. That's the main thing you want to know. If you don't know why you're playing the numbers, don't play them. But that was in my head. I wanted to demonstrate. Could y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I might be right. I wasn't looking at to make sure y'all seeing it. I'm sorry. Let me. Okay. Again, my birthday is 927. It didn't fall evenings at all last year. I'm pretty sure it didn't with my tracking. 7-9 then fell on the front pair last year, and 9-7 then fall on the back. So I'm playing it. My birthday is 792 and 297, and I'm playing it actually as 927. Straight box. Okay, but I might be jumping a little ahead of myself. But I ain't did a live in a while, and I definitely ain't did it on in this setup here. So as I'm thinking, I'm just trying to improve on making the live better. Okay, another thing, like I said, the 600 came in yesterday, and with the PICK-3 at a glance, I said I take 22 numbers and do the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers, and I have all the possible 1,000 numbers and then possible combinations. All right. And let me take this down so you can see the 22 numbers. So I came up with this idea years ago, 30 years ago, because I knew it had to be a better way than what I was doing. I didn't know why I was playing the numbers. I was losing. I was looking in books. I was buying books, seeing what numbers to play certain days and all that. It just wasn't working for me. It might be working for somebody else, but I just didn't never know what numbers I was playing. Then when I did win, I didn't know what numbers to play. I was still guessing and just digging a bigger hole that I couldn't never find my way out of because I didn't know why I was playing the numbers. And these are the 22 numbers right here. Let me see. Can you see them? Okay. On the top is the single numbers that can come 6 different ways, and on the bottom is 10 of the double numbers that can come 3 different ways. Okay, but you really got 9 of the doubles that can come 3 different ways because you got the triples that can only come 1 way. So here, it's gonna be. I got time delay. It looked like a delay on me showing this here, so I have to move it around and make sure that you all can see what I'm looking at. Let me see here. And that, okay, come on. Let me see if I can move this up and maybe get to see it a little better. Trying to be the cameraman and everything else here is a little awkward, but bear with me, y'all. I'm learning. Let's see if I can move it this away a little bit and see if that'll help. Oh, and I went over too far. Doggone it. Want to give me a headache, but I ain't gonna let it. Y'all just bear with me if you can, if you got the patience. Okay. I know everybody's. Okay. This 021, these are the 12 straights. I'll move around and put as I count it. 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017. So you can't see the 017. It'll move in place, yeah. This time delay for me. 017. Now, and then you have 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. That is the 12 numbers that makes up the PICK-3 at a glance sheet for the singles. And on the doubles, let's see if it, you're going to have 001, 002, 003, 004, and 005. Okay, and you got the triple zeros. Then you have 011, 022, 033, 044. All right, and those the 10 that make up the complete PICK-3 at a glance sheet. So you got your 10 and your 20 and your 12 gives you 22 numbers, which makes 22 columns. That's all you have to look at is those 22 columns to know every day what column the numbers are going to fall off of. All right? You got your doubles and you got your singles. Down here, kind of explain how you got, because people ask me, well, how you get 1,000 numbers out of that? I'm going to show you. On the singles, you got 12 numbers, and each column is 60 numbers, because on the singles, each column can come 60 different ways. So you got 12 times 60 gives you 720 numbers at a glance, right off those 12 numbers. You'll be able to mark off. Then the doubles, you got nine columns. That's 30 different ways those doubles can come out of 10 numbers. 9 times 30 gives you your 700, your 270. 720 plus 270 going to give you 990 numbers at a glance. Okay, that 990 plus the triples can only come one way. That's going to be 10 of them. You got your 990, and that 10 gives you 1,000 numbers. Your 1 in 1,000 odds. Okay. And you got 1,000 numbers. And remember, everybody trying to hit these numbers the next day. Don't work like that. Tracking these numbers is going to be put time on your side. Okay? It ain't going to work like, because you got 1,000 numbers here. You got 365 days in a year. If you played a different one of those 1,000 numbers every day, you still got 635 of those numbers you ain't going to hit. It ain't going to happen. So why would you be playing all these different numbers and not knowing why you playing them, instead of tracking them and let the numbers hit you instead of you hitting the numbers, trying to hit the numbers? When you line them up and see how they're falling in your state, all the numbers going to be different for all states, period. Period. Just get that in your head. It took me a while to get it in my head. That's why I started tracking my own numbers and not leaving it to no books and nobody else. Tracking the actual numbers should be your primary source of winning PICK-3 for yourself. And PICK-3 is the only thing I deal with because it's got the best odds. I don't put my money on no PICK-4s, none of that stuff. Mega Ball, Powerball, you'd be crazy not to put your name in the hat. And I only put a couple of dollars on them because I know it's going to be strictly luck. I got a better chance of probably walking on water than probably hitting those, I would think. You know, so just put that out there. PICK-3 is the one to go with. All right, for me. Okay, now. I hope you got that. Okay, comment if you need, or email me. Now I'm gonna do the 1-1 rundown. I'm gonna do the 1-1 rundown on the 600 that came in, the 006 that came in. In case anybody don't know how to do the 1-1 rundown on the 600. So let me line it up here. 111 0, it came 006. So you're going to add 1 to each one of these numbers. The 1-1 rundown is the most effective and powerful rundown out there to me. It works real well. All right. There's not a lot of different, because they can make a rundown, as you'll see, out of any of those 1,000 numbers except for triple zeros, to try to come up with a number that's coming in the next day, which to me is not happening. So you're going to add 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. And then 1 to 9, you get the 0. Same number you get at the top, at the bottom you get at the top, you add it correctly. And like I said, if you can't add 1 plus 1, is 2. You're in worse shape than I was when I started this sheet, and I hated math. Not hated it. I ain't gonna say hated. I wasn't good at it at all. So that's when I came up with this 111, and I could use it and teach it. It's trackable, teachable, and doable. Now here you do the same thing. You just count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And like I said, and the 0. Same number at the top, same at the bottom. And you count again, straight down. 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1 plus 9 is 0 again. 1 plus 0, well, you're going to use the 0 here for the 9. Instead of 1 plus 9 is 10, but you don't use the 1, you use the 0. Then 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. And 1 plus 5 is 6. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom. And if you add in and you don't add up, it don't add up correctly, then you're gonna need a little bit more help than I can give you. I'm telling you, because I'm terrible at math, so this works for me. I hope it worked for you too. Now, what we're looking for here, you remember the base numbers that I called out on the sheet that I just showed you with the PICK-3 at a glance sheet? Those numbers I called out is where you're going to find the 006 on the column. And if you remember, you'll always have the base number, any winning number that comes in, you'll always find one of those base numbers in that rundown. Unless it's the base number itself. The base number itself come in, you'll just mark the base number off, which I'll show you. But I automatically know, too, that the base number for the 06 is going to be 440. Okay? Now, so you don't really have to do all this. Once you get to going and realizing what the base number is and finding the column, I do have an app that you can use that'll do the work for you. And I didn't have this app. I did all this longhand years ago. I did all the 1-1 rundowns, going back a year and all that stuff. And I went back 2 years when I put PICK-3 at a glance together. All by hand. And I wasn't computer savvy either. Okay, now here, it's a blind squirrel app. It says PICK-3. You look for PICK-3 lottery, and it'll pull the apps up, and it'll be blind squirrel app. You can pull it on your iPhone or find it on your Play Store. And what you do is, what it does it for you. Okay, come on, phone. All right. Here. I'm going to clear that 228 out. I didn't know it was still in there. Now, what we have here is the blind squirrel app. You're going to put the winning number that came in for the day, which was the 600. Okay? 006. And see all these different rundowns that you can use on the winning number to come in and try to figure out what number, when you get to 10 numbers, when you get through doing the rundown, to figure out what number's coming in next day. Ain't happening, folks. Ain't nothing going to tell you what's coming in next day. Track the actual 1,000 numbers so you'll know why you plan those numbers. PICK-3 at a glance or tracking an actual 1,000 numbers should be your primary strategy. I know that's why a lot of the people on the channel say, do your own work, do your own tracking. And they can't, they have to, because there's no way. And they say play responsibly. Play responsibly is the key, but persistent, and play to a budget. It's the key. Okay? That's the key. Track the numbers, the actual numbers. Okay, now, what you do, since you put the 006 in there and the 1-1 rundown I just showed you here, all you got to do is just push the 1-1-1 rundown. But this got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But like I say, you can make a rundown number out of any of those 1,000 numbers. But here we use only the 1-1, punch it, And then it's going to show you all those numbers that I did longhand are on here. And you see that 440 right there. All you got to do is go to the column with the 440, and I'm going to show you the columns here. And you see all these numbers matches the paperwork that I did. You see that? Can you see it? Yeah. See all those numbers are there? Here's the 117. If you can see it. I gotta line it up so make sure you all can see what I'm seeing, hopefully. Okay, what we got here? Line up paper. And phone. Oh, don't have enough room here. But you might get it here. Okay, I need to see if I can put more light on here. Nope. Oh yeah, there's a little more light, ain't it? Yeah, on my end anyway. But here's the numbers. Same numbers that are here are on here, and all you have to do is find the base number, which you'll in a minute, an instant, it'll come to you what those 22 base numbers are. All right. And now we're going to go to the master sheet. Is here and find, here's the master sheet. Those numbers that I showed you are on top. And these are the columns. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. With those numbers I showed you. But these are the singles. But we want to go to the doubles. Here's the doubles. Okay. And we want to find the 004 so we can find the 600. Okay, and that would be on the column 10. I'm not the 004, I'm sorry, the 044. Column 10, which is here. Column 10. Here's the 044 right here. This delay is throwing me off terribly. And then we go down and we find the 600 here. And you just mark it off. So that way you know what columns are due and what numbers due off that column. And see, yesterday it had the 822, so they fell back to back off that column. But don't let that throw you. What you basically trying to do is just eliminate the numbers till you get them down, and you'll start looking for, there will be a pattern, but it will be a real pattern because you're tracking the actual numbers when you see something going on. Okay? Now the thing with the 111 rundown, all of these columns with the 111 rundown, each number mirror each other. Like, let's see. Like the 600 Well, I better show you what mirroring is before I show you that. Let me show you what mirroring is. What they mean by mirrored numbers. Let's do the 600. Um, Mirroring. You got a number scale here. You go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What they've done is you take the 1,000 numbers per se, and you divide them in half. And you on the 0, you got triple zeros to 499. It's the top of the 1,000 numbers. Then on the bottom, you got 500. Okay, you got 500 to 999. It gives you all 1,000 numbers. And what they do here, they're saying that 5 is same as a 0, 0 same as a 5. 1 same as a 6, 6 same as a 1, or mirrors a 1 or a 6. They just opposite each other. 2 mirrors a 7, 7 mirrors a 2. It's the same. 3 mirrors a 8, 8 mirrors a 3, or they're the same. 4 mirrors a 9, 9 mirrors a 4, or they're the same. Out of those 1,000 numbers. So the strategy behind that, let's say you play 0, 1, 2, right? And the lottery plays 5, 6, 7. All they did was mirror your number, and they do that. But as you start using the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, you'll see it because I made it so simple for you to be able to understand it. Because 0, 1, 2, here's the bottom, 5, 6, 7 are the 1,000 number. Because 5 same as 0, 0 same as 5. 6 same as a 1, 1 same as 6. 2 same as 7, 7 same as 2. There they are. Or vice versa. If you played the 5, 6, 7, and they played the 0, 1, 2, they just played the opposite number. Same way here. Say you played 2, 3, 4. You played 2, 3, 4, and the lottery played the 7, 8, 9. They just mirrored the 1,000 numbers. They opposite, but they're the same number in other words, but they call them mirroring each other. Okay? So if you played the 7, 8, 9 and the lottery played the 2, 3, 4, they just mirrored the number. All right? I hope you got that. Now, I made this sheet where all the numbers with the 1-1 rundown mirror each other in numerical order. Let me go back here. Yeah. All of them mirror each other. I'm going to see this. See this 1 here? You got the 0, 0, 1. The mirror of 0, 0, 1 is 5, 6, 7. A 5 mirrors a 1. A 5 mirrors a 0. 0 mirrors a 5. A 1 mirrors a 6. 6 mirrors a 7. 6 mirrors a 1. 7 mirrors a 2. 2 mirrors a 7. All in alphabet, all in numerical order. That way, you'll always know if the number or its mirror fell or did not fall. All these columns, every number mirrors each number at a glance. So you'll never have to guess if the number and its mirror has failed yet. The way I play, if I got a column and I know hasn't played in 3 or 4 months or 2 months, and you'll be able to track how long the numbers actually take to hit because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers in the columns for your state. Okay? You're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers in the columns for your state. Now, that being said, You always know what number and its mirror didn't fall. So if I got a column and I know I ain't failed in 90 days, I'm looking for the numbers and the mirror that didn't fall to play. Because working by the law of average, one of those two numbers going to come. I'm always looking for the number or the mirror that didn't fall also. Okay? And all the columns. Now, like I said, when I did Illinois and came back, I took this one sheet and I went back a whole year, marking off all the numbers that didn't come and did come. But I used the calculator. It was a lot quicker with that because I could put it in and see what column automatically the number was under. And a lot of times you won't even use the calculator because you'll be able, it'll just come to you what number and what column is under because you only got 22 numbers to remember. That's powerful. That is so powerful. Same with the doubles. All the doubles mirror each other. Like the 001. Let me see here if you can see it. The 001, the mirror of it is 556. 5 same as 00, same as a 5. 1 same as a 6, 6 same as a 1. Same here, 112. It mirrors each other. It's 667. 223. The mirror 223 is 778. That's all you got to remember. Just remember that if you see a column ain't failing in 3 or 4 months as you're tracking, you're going to play that number and its mirror. You'll see it as you start tracking. As you start tracking the numbers, you're going to see it. It's going to stick because you'll be tracking the actual numbers and you'll be able to see what they're actually doing. Do something else. Let me think. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Now, these here, I do one annual sheet, like I went back the whole year in Illinois and made an annual sheet. I started in January, you would go back. I would go back, well, you can go back 6 months, but if you have a lot of numbers left on the sheets when you start doing them, the farther you go back, the more numbers you're going to eliminate. Because that's what, when I first started this, and people say, well, I got a lot of numbers still left, and I did what you said. Now, do evening to evening. Don't add midday and evening. Just do evening to evening or midday to midday. And it's because a lot of them say, well, I marked all the numbers off, but they was combining midday and evening. Now, you want to do evening numbers to evening numbers, midday to midday numbers when you're marking off. But some of them are saying, well, I got a lot of numbers still left. So I said, go back even further and eliminate as many as you can to get down to, if you had to go back a year, just go all the way back to, and I don't think all the numbers, but I know pretty much all the numbers are not going to come out for the whole year. It never has for me. And you'll see what's left. Okay? Now, and you do one every month. That way, if you do one every month, you'll see what columns haven't hit and what numbers haven't hit on each column. You'll always know what numbers are due on each column and what columns are due. You can have a column take 4 months and don't hit. And when you do hit, that's the column you want to use the law of average to go to pull your numbers from. You won't be guessing, and you're only going to have 10 of them off the column. You won't be guessing what numbers to play because you're already looking at the numbers and seeing what they're doing. That's why you don't need really to be doing the tic-tac-toe, date, sums, grids, flips, mirrors, and all that, tracking the actual columns. Those are set up basically, and most of them will tell you, is to try to find out what number is going to hit the next day. It ain't happening. Unless it's really luck. And it will be luck more than likely. But you can't beat tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. If you tracking, you'll soon be packing the lucky town. To go to lucky town. Track your own numbers. Okay? Track your own numbers. Now, another strategy. The master sheet is strategy number 1. Tracking the actual single pairs is imperative that you track your pairs and know what pairs are having played and being played throughout the year. if you plan to win pick 3. Okay, so what you're doing here, 006 came out. So this is a triangle, and I got all the pairs. I made this triangle, and I can track all 1,000 numbers and their pairs. You take, so the 00, and you can make notes on your paper or however you do it if you set it up. You can longhand it. Don't wait. If you don't have a computer, just write this stuff out on paper like I did. Write these numbers out on paper and make the triangle and stuff like I did before we got started. You know, and a lot of people are doing that now. A lot of people are doing that. The double zeros hadn't hit for 2 months. I made note up here that they hadn't hit for 2 months, and they just came out. I know that. So here's the 00, and here's the 06. So you mark off the 0, and you mark off the 06. You got 2 single numbers, so you're going to be marking off this triangle. You're going to mark off two pairs. Only 2 pairs. If you have a 3 numbers like 1, 2, 3, it's going to be 3 pairs you're going to mark off. You're going to mark off the 12, the 13, and the 23 to let you know that pair fell that month. And if you have triples to come in on the winning number to come in, you just mark off the double 2s, or if it's triple 1s, the double 1s, or whatever double that came in. Okay. So, and then at the end of the month, whatever pair you don't mark off, you carry over to the next month. So you always know what pairs didn't come in. So if you want to look at playing a pair, you can do a wheel on the pair, okay? Or see what's going on with them. When you hit, you can do a wheel on a pair for 50 cents. Let me get another paper here. See, at the end of the month, I see right now that 38 didn't fall last month. So if I'm looking at playing the 38 pair, I'll do a wheel on the pair. I'll do the 38, 380, 381, 382, 383, 384, 385, all the way down to 389. Okay, 50-cent box. And if I've tracked and know the 38 ain't failed all last year, I'd do a straight box. Like that when I hit. What you're doing is the object is to try to hit the number straight. And then to try to hit the number straight, you have to track. Okay, so I do the 38. I call that the wheel. I call this a wheel. I wheel the number all the way down. Like that. Okay. And it's imperative that you track those pairs, because last year, 38 pair didn't fall for 4 months, 120 days. You don't know that unless you're tracking. But when it did fall, I hit it because I had one, so I picked up that 38 pair and wheeled it like that, and wheeled it and hit. Not guessing my numbers. I always know my numbers and why I'm playing them. Came 385. That's how it came. In here, that's strategy 2. Now we're going to look at strategy number 3 here, which is tracking the single digits. So now I would mark off and see if you remember yesterday, if you was following me. Remember I told you that no zeros have hit for the month of April yet, and they just hit with the 006. So you mark off this here. I took 3 columns and did 0 to 9 on those 3 columns. 0 to 9 in all 3 columns here. Okay, and with all 3 columns, each number that comes in, I mark it off so I always know what digit didn't come in what place. So 006 would be marked off. Now, whatever digit is not marked off, I carry that over to the next month. All right. So say I was playing. Let me try to use this scrap paper here again. Say again, I was playing my birthday. 927. 927. And I realized that that seven, or that the, I hope I can explain this right to you. I can, but I'm not. Let me see the sheet here. 927 is my daily number that I carry, and the 9 did not fall on the end. Say the 9 didn't fall on the end on here. This thing is delaying on me, so it's throwing me off. The 9 didn't fall on the end here for the 927. Then I'm gonna play my birthday is 279 or 729. That way, I got a better chance of hitting it straight. If that 9 fall, and it more likely will fall on that back end, it has to by law average. Everything gonna be based on here off the law average. Okay. And the next one is going to be the front pair and the back pair, y'all. Front pair and the back pair. All this is powerful. This should be your primary sheet. Every day you playing PICK-3. Definitely. So you always know why you playing your numbers. If you've been doing the tic-tac-toe, date something, grids, just compare them. Compare to see what I'm telling you. So this is the front pair and the back pair sheet. All right. Now, these numbers on the top and the bottom are the same numbers. See, can you see it? I'm gonna move it up. Let's see. I might just have to. Okay. These are the same numbers. So the number that came in yesterday was 006. I'm gonna do the 00 on the front and the 06 on the back. And remember I was telling you that I knew what front pair and back pair didn't fall in Illinois when I went back for a whole year. I know what to carry into the next year. It takes 3 years for all the 1,000 numbers to rotate out every year. Every 3 year cycle. Let's say a 3 year cycle, it takes for 1,000 numbers to rotate out. I used to start over from scratch. And then when I was realizing what was happening, the numbers that didn't play the previous year was the numbers coming out the next year. Because it's only a third of the 1,000 numbers. So working with the law average, those numbers had to work their way around to recycle. So it takes 3 to 4 years for 1,000 numbers to rotate out and change places. You're only getting a third of 1,000. It makes sense if you think about it. Okay? That's why you shouldn't be trying to hit these numbers. Track the numbers. Shouldn't be trying to hit these numbers every day. Shouldn't be doing it. Shouldn't play every day. Just track every day. You can track them all, but you can't play them all and win. Guy called me the other day talking about, you think I can use your system to retire? I say, not my system, you ain't going to use it, because if you do, you're going to wind up in the poorhouse if you try to use my system, because it ain't my system. It's the lottery. It's the state system. They got the game because they can change the game. If I show you a way to hit these numbers every day, you think the lottery ain't going to change the strategy? They did that with the guy on the boat. It's a guy, that's where you got reading, counting cards at on the boat. A guy came up with a strategy where he count the cards. That's what we're doing here. And see what cards was left to know when to bet heavy on his hand. And he was breaking the boats. They banded him off all the boats. So what he did, he got a group of people together and taught them what he did. They would go out to the boats and win the money and bring him back half of what they won. So all he was doing was using the law averages. He knew what cards had played. He knew what cards had to come out by the law average. And that's all we're doing with my strategy. Now will it? But we got a little bit better than him. He had to sit there and play every hand until the cards come around to the way he could bet. We don't have to play every hand for these numbers to come around to the way we can bet. All we got to do is track them, working with the law average. The guy on the boat had to sit there and play and fiddle around and play a little money here, a little there, a little this, a little there, until the numbers came around and he'd bet heavy. But we don't have to play every day. You just wait till the numbers line up. I'm go while I'm thinking about it here. This is how I got a pretty good one time on one of my strategies. Right here, tracking these here. Wait till it to come up so I can see. Sevens didn't fall in Missouri. I think it was, I can't remember what year it was. It had to be 21, probably 21. For 2 months, no sevens. I thought I was tripping. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't, wasn't no seven nowhere. And I was through the second month, I was almost done through the sevens. So I picked up triple sevens and they came in. And they hit. Working with the law. That's why I say time is on your side tracking. Time is on your side. Same way with this 38. I told you the 38 didn't come in for 120 days. But as you tracking and as you playing, you can play a little bit at a time. Get your set numbers. Once you see that you build a bucket list off the numbers, you figure in time. Once you'll get a rhythm of how to play, a rhythm and a skill set and a strategy. And lay on and wait. And when you hit, you always know where you go get your numbers from. You've seen that these sevens ain't hit in 2 months because they slipped up with that. I don't know how that it happened. 2 months and no seven play with no number. Okay, just like, well, you know, the double zeros here didn't play for 2 months. Law average, they had to fall. Time is on your side. You ain't these numbers, this lottery ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Same way with this one here. I just came off with you. 2023 double eights didn't fall on the front. It fell. That double eights fell on the front in January of 2022. Then no 8 fell front or back all the way up to September. So I played triple eights, and everybody that I was telling played triple eights in Missouri hit. Because it was just law average. Them double eights had to fall together pretty much for the year was out. On the back or the front. So I played triple eights and I played AA front and AA back. And they came out. And that's how you get them, y'all. That's how you get them. Tracking the actual 1,000 numbers should be your primary strategy. With something, I don't care if you you also got a what's that lottery post? I don't know if they do that for you or not. I ain't spending no money on no lottery post when I got a paper that I can track for myself because I think you got to pay a fee on the lottery post, I think. But they do give you a year's back data on that lottery post, which is very helpful. That you can, once you can accumulate, go back and track a year's data on your state and build up to this PICK-3 at a glance strategy and start watching the actual numbers. You will build your skill set and a strategy to play the actual numbers in your state. Okay? It's simple. And you enjoy it too, because you can see what the numbers are actually doing and how they getting you. I'm telling you, you'll see what's going on, and you have the patience to play. And when you miss, you're not so upset because you'll know why you played the number and how you missed the number. But when you're doing this here, and you can't just use this along from what I've been doing, watching. If you're doing the tic-tac-toe, date sum grids, and all those other things, okay, let's take this 006. And most of them say play, and they go from corner to corner. They got all different ways they do this tic-tac-toes and stuff, trying to hit the numbers the next day. And you go 006. and they say add one plus take away one and a whole lot of stuff, but they'll say add one. So we're gonna add 1 to 6, we get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. And 1 to 2, you get 3. Now so you're gonna make numbers out of these numbers here, or to see what number you can play for the next day. And 9 out of 10, you're going to get 10 numbers or 12 numbers. It depends how you write them down. Now, let's say you go this here and do the 098. You do the 107. You do the 236. And you know nothing about about these numbers. Nothing you know about these numbers you're playing. Or you go down this way. So you play the 012, the 903, nothing you know about it, the 876, and then they have the nerve enough to tell you to do the corners. You can go 901. Can you see this? Let's see. Let me move this up. Do 901 again. 901 to cover the corners. 1, 2, 3 to cover the corners. Or you can go 987. Or you can go I said 907. I did the 1, 2, 3. Or you can go 763. 7. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers that you don't know nothing about. But if you're tracking the columns, you'll know whatever it is, everything you need to know about what's going on with those 1,000 numbers. You don't know nothing about all them numbers. Unless when you tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and one of these numbers are feasible for you to play, or you see it. But you don't really have to use that because you're looking at the actual numbers. And like I said, it's not set up for you to hit the next day. They'll tell you to play these for the next 3 days normally, but you don't know what's going on with them numbers if you ain't tracking. It ain't going to happen. Take your time. Track the numbers. I play sometimes $2 a day or $3 a day. I usually don't want to try more over $5 a day if I play that, and if I'm playing every day. If I got a stretch on numbers that I might play, I'll try to keep it between $3 to $5 or $2 because I may play 3, 4 numbers 50 cents straight if I got a reason to play them that way. And on triples, I'm in with this. Triples, the strategy for playing triples, I do not play triples all year. Triples don't pay no more, and they're harder to hit. And they only come out 3 times out of a year. And basically all the numbers, all the 10 numbers, if you play 10 numbers every day for a whole year, on average, all you're going to get is 3 of those numbers. That goes for doubles, triples, or any of the numbers that you play on pick 3. So you know what it's like trying to hit pick 4, right? Okay, let's do this. On average. Okay. And the way I noticed that, when I learned that you can only get 3 numbers on average on triples, I say, well, let me see if you can only get 3 numbers on average on all the numbers. So, and it happens. If you played all these numbers exact for a whole year, you might get 3 the first year exact on year 1, and say it's these 3. Then year 2, you might get these 3. And then year 3, you might just get these 3 exact. I'm talking about exact for a whole year. That's what average means. if you play $10 a day every day for 365 days out of the year, all you're gonna get exact is any three of these groups, any group of 10 numbers. So why play every day? Track the numbers down. Because if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you can prepare yourself to start packing to go to Lucky Down. And you'll hit them big because they're going to mess up what they did with them sevens with me and other numbers in your state. And all the numbers going to rotate different. All of them rotate different. Midday going to rotate different from evening. Evening going to rotate different from midday. And the only way I play midday is I've tracked midday. I'll go back sometime in Missouri and I would go back for a whole year on midday. And what I would look at, and I would look at the front pair and back pair to see what front pair and back pair hadn't failed. Usually it would be the doubles. And I would look for what number they hadn't played for the year. 1 year, 5-5-1 hadn't played. The 5-5 on the front hadn't played, and the 5-5-1 on the back hadn't played midday. And lucky for me, it didn't play evening either. So I was playing 5-5-1 midday and 5-5-1 evening, hit them both. That's how I look. If I had a number that didn't play midday or evening, that's the number I play midday and evening. I don't play a whole bunch of numbers different. I don't play one number on midday and one number on evening. What I do with the PICK-3 at a glance, I find out what number did not fall that midday or that evening. And that's my number to play for midday and evening. And the only way you can do that is tracking the numbers, the actual 1,000 numbers. Make that your primary tool for winning. I don't care how you find it or what you get. All right, family. So that's pretty much it. Thank you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and let everybody else that's interested know about my channel. I'm easy to get along with, and my channel is straightforward. I'm not going to lie to you and send you down a pipe dream road about winning. PICK-3 has its own challenges, but it's the best to play. And the fireball and this wild ball, we got that fireball on April the 16th of last year. And I'm thinking, I'm running close, but I'm thinking of throwing my numbers off in Missouri and over here in Illinois. But Illinois was fine because you see that 0-0 pair hadn't played for 2 months and it came out. See what I'm saying? Working with law average. Did I catch it now? Because I'm not caring. You can't play all the numbers, but you can track them all and see what they're doing and be ready for the next time. Okay. All right, family. Play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. Okay, selling the forms. I'm not really selling the forms. I can't really. Let me think how I can do it. I don't want to make work out of this. I don't have the forms to sell. Email me, momoneyterry@gmail.com, and I'll get with you on that, who's ever telling me that. Okay? Email me, and I'll see if I can work something out with you on those forms. Just make more of them when I can send them to you, okay? Flying Snoopy. All right? And hello, Salvador. Glad to see you, guy. All right, family. Play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. Hey, BLC. Good to see you, buddy.